All right, so let's take that minor seventh chord and also the major seventh chord, and let's have a voicing for it. Just like we did in the break pack number 1 and the starter pack, we had that 2, 3, 5, 7 voicing, or the 3, 5, 7, 9, and we were able to play chords with that. And so I want you to have the same power with this, this major seventh chord and the minor seventh chord. So what this does is it allows us to take this 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 3, 5, 7, and move it down to the minor seventh chord by just flatting the third and the seventh. So right here we're going to flat this third, this E is going to be an E flat, and the B is going to be a B flat. And then up here we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to take that E and the B, and we're going to move it to an E flat and a B flat. So that's going to be our new 2, 3, 5, 7. So if we had this like in terms of scales, like it would be this scale for the minor seventh chord, and you would just take the 2 from that, so 1, 2, 3, so 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. So you could either think of it in terms of that way, where we have that scale, and then we're just playing the 2, 3, 5, 7 in our right hand, or you can think of it in terms of we're going from the major seventh chord, and then we're flatting the third and the seventh, the third, the E and the B, in both of our hands. So you just have to flat it, if you flat it one place, you have to flat it in the right hand as well. And so that's the voicing, that's our 2, 3, 5, 7 voicing for our major 7 and our minor 7th chords. And you can do the same thing for the 3, 5, 7, 9. So in this case, for the major 7th chord, our scale is, all white keys starting from C. And then we have 3, 5, 7, 9 in our right hand. So 3, 5, 7, 9. And then for the minor 7 chord, you're going to take that and you're going to do the flat 3, 5, flat 7, 9. Or you can just think of it as 3, 5, 7, 9, but in this scale, this C minor scale or C Dorian. So those are the two voicings that we have, the 2, 3, 5, 7 and the 3, 5, 7, 9. And I just want to show you, like what this can sound like, because this can sound really great if you play it over, if you learn your major scales, and then you use those major scales to form this chord, like say, with the 1, 3, 5, 7, and then 2, 3, 5, 7. If you use that, then you can form these chords in all kinds of different scales. So you can actually have, like, for every single major scale you learn, you get, these two chord voicings. And so if you imagine, you can just keep like going around with these, like the C major 7 or C minor 7 or F major 7 or F minor 7. And you can just this simple progression that we just talked about. Just 2, 3, 5, 7, and from the major to the minor 7th chord. Then you can get a lot of like harmonic variety in your left and your right hand. You can play these different chords and it's going to sound great. So we can play, I'll just demo for you really quick. Like if I was just jumping around with those kinds of chords, like a major 7th and minor 7th, I could sound like this. Like this would just be with C major and C minor, like something cool. Like. So I'm just taking that 2, 3, 5, 7 voicing, and then I'm moving it up, and I'm changing from the major to the minor 7th. And then also, if I was just jumping around, like you don't need to learn major scales yet for all those other chords, or for all those other notes, like the E flat major scale or the F major scale. But I just want to give you a general idea of how many different chords you can play, just using this 2, 3, 5, 7. So you can play let's say I was going from just a bunch of major chords, major chords with the 2, 3, 5, 7. So I would learn one major scale, and then I would play 1, 3, 5, 7 in that major scale with the 2, 3, 5, 7 as well. So I'm just playing a bunch of different major chords here that have the 2, 3, 5, 7. But you can get that really cool, clean sound with these major 7 chords. And also, if you throw in some minor 7 chords, then with the 2, 3, 5, 7 voicing. So, what we have up until this point, we have this C minor 7 here with a 2, 3, 5, 7. Then I'm just going to jump around. So I'm going to play that. just jumping around with this 2, 3, 5, 7 voicing onto all different kinds of minor seventh chords. And it's awesome. Like, so definitely it's just an incentive, for you to learn your major scales. But in this break pack number 2, we're not going to be learning too many. We're just going to be sticking to the C major scale so that we can form this C minor seventh voicing and this C minor 7 scale. And then we'll also be going into D major, this D major scale, so we can learn like one more major chord we can go to. And then we'll just kind of rearrange them and be able to go from, I just want you to be able to have a lot of harmonic variety that you can move from. And we're going to be working on those in these next few lessons.